Hey guys, earlier Foodie went live today and was talking about the fact that the longer Salah is in Syria, the more he's wanting her to become traditional and to change more, and that she feels like his family is getting in his head, and that this is part of what's causing the issue. And I was planning on covering that stream later today. And so I did my stream this morning. I was getting my chores done, getting ready for our storms this evening, and I was in the middle of cooking my husband's lunch for tomorrow, and it said Foodie was live. She is having a full meltdown. So, since we kind of have a history of what's been going on, we're going to skip the one where she's talking about Salah's family and that they want him to have children and a traditional wife, and she's not living up to these standards. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump right on in to the full meltdown. We are behind, obviously, but we're going to catch as much of this as we can while I have the time to be here. So let's get over here and listen to what Miss Foodie has going on. Well, we're definitely stress smoking. So there's that.
Hello. Hey everyone. I am going through it. No, it's not okay how he treats me, Strawberries. You're right. And in general. And in general. I don't want to stay here with him anymore. We're fighting and it's just like I can't stay. Hey, Teardrop.
If they're fighting, it means that she's purposefully going out of her way to make his vacation an absolute hell. A vacation that she was invited on, but she's going out of her way to make it hell. Yeah, I would probably hit my breaking point too if I were him, because she's the one that chose to stay, not him.
Oh, I can't put up my mental health is worse because of you. I can't put up with you right now. Oh, really? Really? Anyway, I need to like you think your life will be so much better struggling here with 500 kids and no money. Okay. Good luck.
Okay, you think your life would be better here struggling with 500 kids and no money. I thought he was the one supporting her. I thought he was the one paying for everything. She just admitted that she is the checkbook. She is the one funding everything. If she leaves, he loses it all. That's what she's been holding over his head. That's why he's been so patient. That's why he's been so understanding. That's why he's been so kind. It it was there all along. We all know that Foodie lies, and if you're patient enough and you wait long enough, she will tell us the truth of everything.
F out of here.
Please let the internet gods show favor on us and let the Syrian internet be impeccable. Amen.
Well, you know what I mean. I don't know. Maybe he'll have money. I have no idea. I'm sorry, but I feel like I've been thrown away. Like, yes, I want to leave too, but I feel like he's just like too easily like okay with it. Like,
Well, you guys came to a mutual decision, and usually when you come to a mutual decision and you agree on it, you stick to it, and that's what you do. She was wanting him to fight for her. She was wanting him to, no, I love you, don't leave me, I can never let you go. That's what she wanted. She wanted him to choose her over his family. She wanted him to prostrate himself before her and declare his undying love, and that's not what she's getting.
I am unmodding him. Like, you want to throw me away and I'm too much for you and all this and that? Well, buddy, you don't get to be in my chat. You don't get to be a mod. You don't get anything from me. So goodbye. And I'm leaving now.
And her entire chat probably erupted into cheers because when he's not in her chat, it is a completely different vibe. People laugh, people have fun. He gets in there and it just brings the whole thing down. Why do you think so many people were willing to donate money if it meant she was leaving? People have, her Beezers, her fans have been waiting for her to get rid of him because they don't like him.
I don't know. I just want to get out of here. I'm starting to resent him badly. I've done so much. I've changed so much for him, and he's not even like grateful at all. Like, I'm living my life for myself from now on.
Hey, but you did all of this for your own benefit so that someone would claim you. You wanted somebody to say, "This is my wife. I love her." That was the deal. You would change and be what he wanted you to be so that somebody would claim you, so that you could make old boy jealous, which is ridiculous.
Yeah. Anyways. Oh, it's okay, Deirdre. I feel like he doesn't want Cloudy doesn't want anything to do with YouTube. I know, I just have to figure out what I'm gonna do. Like, where am I gonna go? Like, it takes time to get an apartment. Like, oh my God. I really hate my life right now. I can change the date for a fee. I just need to, like, get out of here. So I might go earlier. A Japanese hotel. I don't want to fight anymore. I don't want to be like, yeah. I know. I really can't stay. I really can't, and I don't want to stay at my mom's either. I'm kind of fighting with like everybody right now. Thailand reminds me of when we went together.
Okay, well, that explains why everybody's like, well, why can't you stay with your mom? Well, she can't because she's fighting with her mother. Could you imagine calling her mom and saying, Mom, this is the situation I'm in. I need to get out now. We're getting divorced. And her mom sitting there and saying, I told you to. I told you so. I told you this would happen. And I told you I wasn't helping you again. You burned your last bridge. Her and Pete's, no matter what she says, Pete's is feeling some kind of way because she demanded that he put his name on that GoFundMe. And that went sideways. And it could have affected his living situation that he has and also could have gotten him in trouble. So the two people she runs to, she's having issues with right now. She's not even welcome in Pete's chat because most people in there cannot stand her. And then there's Salah, and she's literally at his mercy. She doesn't speak the language. She doesn't know how to get a taxi. I don't know that she has access to her money. And this is where she's at. She can't even figure out how to get out the front gate. She is just trapped.
Just things, Rosemary. Yeah, Kara. stay in Doha.
Sorry about the dogs. Uh, there was a UPS truck that drove by, and he thinks he needs to announce it.
Maybe. What? Rosemary? I know, I'm trying to find a place. I don't know. Oh, I hate the whole process.
Haberdasher.
I hate it. I don't have a big family. Maybe I should just travel in Canada. You know, like, I don't know. How can you escape if you can't?
How is she going to travel in Canada? What is she going to do when she runs out of money? Traveling is traveling is not cheap. She does not do the greatest vlogs at all. And she really has no interest in really working. She wants her work to be sealing and eating. So I don't know that traveling is going to be even an option for her in any way.
Open the gate. I'm gonna climb the wall. I'm gonna climb the wall. I found a ladder. Vietnam.
What's she going to do when she gets to the top? Just roll over? I mean, we're going to get a live reenactment of Humpty Dumpty here.
Uh, no offense, but I'm tired of culture shock right now. I just want to be familiar, like with, English people, like people that speak my language. I don't want to feel like culture shock right now.
Okay, but you could be around people who speak a similar language to you if you would have taken the 3 years that you have been with Salah to learn the language. Like, still, that's a you issue.
Extended stay. Bedbug Hotel, Baghdad Bees. I don't know if he's watching the live. I feel like his family got in his head and he's just so happy to just throw it. Like he was just too happy to throw everything away, even though we broke up amicably. But it's still like some things he said were just hurtful. And I was just like, really? You didn't tell me that 3 effing years ago. Do you think it's like fair for somebody normal to be with somebody? He's like, no women here insult their husbands, and when we fight, you insult me. Okay, and I forgave you when you cheated on me, right? So,
Okay, well, he is wanting a traditional wife. He is wanting a Muslim wife. You said that you were reverting. You said that, you were going to be making these changes, and you haven't. And on top of it, I don't insult my husband when we argue. That is that is disrespectful. It is a low blow. Um, and it shows that, I mean, you're out to hurt at that point. When you start insulting people, it's no longer to get a point across, it's that you're trying to cause damage and hurt. I we don't do that in my house. That's why we have the rule. If we are having a disagreement, we do not insult each other, we do not raise our voices, and we do not cuss at each other. We are adults. We can control our tongues for however long it takes for us to speak to each other to have a disagreement. And once you take those aspects out of it, it means that you have to control your emotions. You can no longer be angry and scream and let those emotions carry you away. It gets to the point to where you have to say, okay, I'm angry, I'm irritated, I do not like the situation, but I'm going to take what I'm feeling and I need to set it to the side so that we can have an adult conversation. Now, this is what I'm not a fan of. This is why it is bothering me. Please let me hear your side. Where do we find a remedy? 90% of the time, it was a miscommunication and we were both saying the same thing just in different ways. It But you miss all of that with the screaming and insults and I've been saying this since she's been in Syria. Salah now has all of these traditional women that he is holding up next to Foodie, and she does not measure up. And he is realizing how severely she is lacking and how much he really wants. And this is the fallout from it. He is demanding that she rise to the occasion.
I never did that to you. Anyways, just stuff like that. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm just probably leaving sooner, and I have no one to talk to because I'm here by my fucking self because he left me alone again.
Because you told him to leave you alone again. You even said, and I quote, "We are separated. I don't want to do things with you anymore." Please continue screaming about your own life choices.
Hey, Wiley. Oh yeah, payday. I know. I'm leaving. I insult him all the time, and he can be. Yep, I forgive him a lot. Did a lot for him, and but that's okay. Nothing, never mattered. Anyway, I don't want to insult. I just don't want to insult him or anything. I just want to just not talk about him and just figure out what I'm gonna do. Yeah, Haley. He is. He's at the sea. But you know what? I don't want to go with your whole family somewhere. Like, what does he not get about that? I don't want to go with 16 people. I wanted to go just me and him. We
Maybe he now requires to be 16 people deep to deal with you. Maybe he needs that big of a buffer. Maybe he's hoping that if he has you around them long enough, they'll start to rub off on you and you will become more and more like them. Because I am pretty sure he is hearing it from all sides that he can do better than you. He needs to do better than you. He needs to have a traditional wife. He needs a wife that will clean the curtains. I mean, he has female family members throwing fits about the fact that they asked Chantal to clean the curtains in Salah's home when they moved in, and she is still refusing to do it. That's embarrassing.
can never do anything just me and him, and that's a big part of the reason I'm. You get with a Western woman, and then you let your family complain that you're with a Western woman. What? Complain that you're with a Western woman. What? I don't even know a taxi number. I don't even know. Oh my god.
You have a phone, you have internet. I thought you were a strong, independent Canadian woman. She's literally sitting there complaining. She wants to leave right now, but I can't. I have to wait for Salah to get here so I can storm out because I can't do it on my own. I can only be independent with his help. You are a strong Canadian woman, remember? You don't need no man. So get out of there. Figure it out.
Yeah, thanks, Teardrop. I feel bloated. I know we should make time. Locked in the compound. Yeah, in a foreign country where men have the say. I can't just go to a neighbor and be like, oh, I have problems with my husband.
I have been saying this though. Chantal has put herself in a place where it is required for her to toe the line. She needs to be respectful. She needs to behave like a Muslim woman is supposed to because men run the show there. They are in full control of everything. It I mean, in the eyes of everybody over there, she is pretty much his property and he can do what he wants with her. And she put herself in this place. And in this place, she is now sitting here and telling the entire world that she pays for everything. He has nothing if she's gone. She emasculated him today and said that he doesn't have balls to stand up to his family. She is sitting here and being disrespectful and screaming and cursing and showing her whole ass online while sitting in this country locked inside his house where she's saying she can't get out. She doesn't speak the language. There's not a Canadian embassy. I don't know if she even called the police that they would help her or be able to understand her to help her. But she got herself here. And now she's going to sit here and wait for him to show up. And what happens when he shows up and says, "No, you're not going. You're not leaving. I want your paycheck." What's she going to do? Who's going to go in and get her? Everybody said, "Do not go to Syria. Do not go to Syria." And she laughed at everybody and said that everybody was stupid. They didn't understand. It was all lies. And that her and Salah were great. They were in love. It would never be an issue. And haters just did not want to see her happy. No. The majority of the time when reaction channels say, "Hey, don't do that," it's because we are legitimately concerned for you and we are giving you good advice. We are giving you the advice that we would give people that we care about. But you cannot see it for that.
They're gonna think it's weird, like a Muslim woman is like. Anyway, he says, "Oh, you don't like my customs." I never said I don't like his culture, but you are basically like saying I'm not good enough because of. I know.
But you don't like his culture. And you have said in the past three live streams that you guys are culturally incompatible. You hate how you have to control your mouth. You hate that you can't fart whenever you want to. You want to be able to just lay around and eat and, watch whatever you want. You don't want to have to do laundry more than once a day. You really don't want to have to cook and clean. You don't want to have to entertain. You don't want to be around his family. You've said that you skip the prayers quite regularly. You're struggling with what your faith is and how to move forward with what you believe. Well, when you look at him, he is very sound in his faith and what he believes. He is finding that family is very important. He does want you to watch your mouth because he watches his mouth. He wants you to start living a stricter lifestyle. Like everything that he is standing for, you are complaining about. That's the whole reason you've been wanting to get back to Canada, because you want to live life your way and be strong and independent, and he is no longer allowing for that. So yeah, you do have a problem with his culture and his beliefs.
Anyways, I just gotta get out of here. I need to get out of here. Hey, page 22. I know.
It amazes me that she is so desperate that she's sitting there and just saying, "I just have to get out of here. I just have to get out of here." But we're doing nothing about it. Like, if I was in this situation and it was like, "Oh my gosh, I have to get out of here right now," I would be on the phone. I would be online. I would be looking for every avenue I had to come up with an exit plan. I would then, for my own safety, either call somebody or get on a live stream and say, "Guys, here's the situation." And I wouldn't be like overly dramatic. It would just be, "Hey, Things fell apart. This is no longer a good situation. I do not feel safe in this situation. I'm going to be leaving. My plans are I've already contacted a taxi company. They're coming to get me. I have a plane ticket. I'm heading to the airport. I should be in Turkey in 6 hours. I will try to go live then. If you haven't heard from me, then please start contacting people. Get off, put your plan into motion. Do that. It's not. Instead of that, we are sitting and we're just complaining. And we're just waiting, which is complete inaction. She's not a strong, independent Canadian woman like she likes to think. She needs a caretaker and she wants somebody to do everything for her. She is a toddler who wants to lay around and have their diaper changed, and that's it.
Oh, Lorena. Yeah, I might do that. I might just leave and get a hotel somewhere. Yes, Michaela. Thanks, Broken Toe. I'm tired of Syria. Yeah, right, Katie? Live in a car and get a battery for the CPAP. Right, Chucky. Go to Doha. I have to check out some things. Yes, Michaela. Yes, he is. Thanks, Teardrop. Yeah. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Tomorrow he's coming back. I should come first. And then he wonders why I have mental health issues. And then, oh, your mental health is so much worse here. I wonder why. Because you don't choose me. You always make life shit. Like,
Okay, you are in charge of your own mental health issues, ma'am. And on top of it, like, he is in this position because of you in the first place. Like, your actions in Kuwait are still carrying over. That this is still happening. If you wouldn't have behaved the way that you did in Kuwait, you guys would still be there. You would still have him isolated. He would not have all this family whispering in his ear and telling him what they think about you. He would not be making these demands on you. This is your karma continuing to carry over. That is what this is. And you are just mad that you do not feel like you have a servant to worship you and take care of you anymore. And some of that is your own fault because, on top of it, not only did your actions in Kuwait put you in this situation, but you purposefully, to punish him, were tanking your own channel and losing money, which means you were losing more and more of that power that you had over him. And this is the result of that, honestly.
I don't want to go every day somewhere, you know? And, like, be with 1,000 people. Thanks, Ultra Wet. Family is important in his culture all of a sudden when we come here. So he just throws me away or what? Like, anyway, I was leaving anyways. Like, we're, whatever. But those are the reasons.
I thought she said when she got there that his family really liked her and that they were all very caring and sweet and kind and warm and welcoming. And was that all a lie? I believe they probably gave her the benefit of the doubt when she got there. But I mean, honestly, when you get to know her, what would your opinion be? If, if one of your children brought Foodie home as a spouse or a love interest, how would you feel after having Foodie in your house for an hour, 2 hours? What would those conversations with your children be if she wasn't around? Or even with her in the room if she didn't speak the language. I mean, I am sure that she did not go out of her way to make the best impression.
Yeah.
Because again, she is a Canadian deity. She was going to come in with all of her money, and everyone would fall to the ground and worship her and thank her for the benevolent God that she is.
That's great. I know, Nicole. I wish I could bring her. I'm so far away, you know? I know, Walter, what? But that's the thing. I have mental health problems, you know? Hey, Jacinta. I'm his family. Exactly.
Okay, you were his family until you said we're separating. I'm done with you. I don't want to do anything else with you. We're over. The second that happened, that ended that tie. On top of it, you are not his only family, and that, like, you being his family does not mean that he cuts everybody off. That's not how this works. There does need to be some kind of a balance, but at the same time, it doesn't mean that you are his only one. Like, he has to have time for other people, and a lot of these people help to get you guys established and to remodel that house and get it livable, which means you guys owe them a lot, a whole lot of gratitude, and you are being extremely ungrateful.
I should be first, not cousins you haven't seen in 16 years. Like, yeah. No, I'm coming back. I am. I have to figure out how to get out of here. Right, teardrop. He's brainwashed. He's brainwashed.
Or finally seeing the light. I mean, can be explained in different ways.
To the airport, yeah. I didn't go with.
Maybe he is hitting the point that he is realizing that sometimes money is not enough to compromise yourself when it comes to certain values and beliefs and wants in life. And it took seeing his extended family and family he hadn't seen in a while, and to see you held up against them, um, to see that fact and to realize that he had compromised more than he was willing to.
Him because he didn't even ask me. Like he basically just like, "Oh, We're going to go on the trip." I'm like, "With who?" 16 other people. That's 18 total including me and him.
Because he is the husband, he is the head of the household, and he makes the decisions. Now, is that how it should work? No. He should have said, "I would like to go. How do you feel about it?" That would be the kindest way, and there'd be a discussion, but that's not how it technically has to be, because for where you guys are living and for the religion that you are a part of, he runs that household. He makes the rules. What he says is law. So if he says go, you go. So you, I mean, he did you a huge service by turning around and taking you back home and making you not have to go because he could have forced you to go. I don't think you realize how lenient and lax he has been on you compared to how he could have been. Like, you have put yourself into such a direly bad situation and you are clueless to it.
Would you not freak out? Like, that's so hectic.
Hey there, Amber.
I could never. Anyways, whatever. My life is a disaster as usual. No.
This is what happens when you fetishize an entire group of men and romanticize what it means to be with them. You know, she wanted to play dress up. She wanted to do the whole imaginary thing, but when once she's getting a real taste of what it is, she's not happy with it. And it's not even like a taste in a bad way. It is him finally standing there and saying, "Guess what? I'm going to be the type of Muslim husband I want to be. I will be the traditional husband I want to be, and you will fall in line." Suddenly it's not so great. Suddenly it's not so romantic. Suddenly I don't like the man in control like I thought I did. But that's what happens when you do that. Like that's why it's so wrong to do that. Because it's not just messed up and it doesn't just put you in situations like this, but it also dehumanizes them. It takes away part of their humanity. And then when they don't fit into the little box that you've created for them, suddenly everything just explodes. And it makes it so much worse than it really has to be.
No, it's the same trip. Yeah, of course he invited me. Like, obviously, I was supposed to go, but. And now he's calling me disgusting on text message for talking about this. I have no one to talk to. You left me here by myself.
Okay, but to him, and you need to realize this, and to a lot of people actually, probably, this is highly disrespectful. You are airing every ounce of dirty laundry out that you have online. You have talked about how you think that he is not a man. You have, part of being the head of your house is being the provider, being the person that takes care of your family. And you just outed him that he has no money without you. So again, you have emasculated him to where, he's not as much of a man as you were portraying him to be, or that he would like people to think he is. Even if that's the truth, it is humiliating to have it happen, but it also comes across as very disrespectful when it is somebody that you are in a relationship with. It and on top of it, his whole family has access to this channel. They can hear what you're saying. It So you're not only embarrassing him, but you're embarrassing his family because you're also speaking on his family and how you feel about them.
What do you want me to do? You friggin' left me here by myself for days. Oh my god. With no one to talk to after you upset me. You know, whenever you're like upset, you just want like reassurance and like. No, he goes around, he visits all his aunts and 1,000 cousins, and they all probably shame him for being with me. And they get in his head.
That is her. Some of that could be her insecurity because she doesn't speak the language. It would be hard. Like, do you walk into a house and everybody's speaking, but you don't know what they're saying? They could all be speaking horribly about you, and you be completely clueless about it.
Anyways, guys, I'm just like not well. Yeah, he can do whatever he wants, and so can I. And that's what I'm doing.
Ma'am, you cannot. Not as long as you are in Syria. Like, I really hate to tell her that. I am always completely astonished that she walked so blindly into this like she did. She has no clue of what it is like there, their beliefs on things, and how it is different. You know, each country has different ways that they view things, and some are stricter countries than others. And she really did not look into anything, and she is absolutely clueless. I I think if she fully knew the gravity of the situation, she would be watching her tongue differently and she would be behaving differently. Or maybe not. I mean, maybe she's just that much of an idiot that she wouldn't care.
Now.
I think she believes that because she is a Canadian, she is safe from everything. And she doesn't realize that the second that you get off of Canadian soil, just like me, the second that I walk off of US soil, I no longer have my US rights until I am in another area controlled by my government. I I cross into the country of Mexico, I lose my freedom of speech. I lose my right to bear arms. I lose my right to representation. Like, I only have that as long as I am on my soil protected by my people. That's how it works. That's why we have our citizenships. That it like if we are not where we that's why it's so important to have an embassy when you're traveling. If like her, if she was in Syria, she's in Syria, and if there was a Canadian embassy, she could run to the Canadian embassy. The second she crosses those gates, she is technically on Canadian soil and she has her Canadian rights. She does not fully understand that, I don't think.
Oh. Now, I regret the 3 years. I regret it. Because now I have to leave Julia. Oh, yeah, I don't mind who you are. You're full of shit. Anyways, I can't do this. I really hate men. I hate them. I hate them. I'll never go through this headache ever again. Never. They do, Deirdre. No, I do regret it. It was a waste of time, SB. But then I think I don't want to go back to Canada and just eat ravioli for life. I'm like, I don't even know what I want to do with my life.
You don't know what you want to do with your life because you have no direction. You have no interest, and you have done nothing to grow as a human. Generally, as you get older, you grow as a human, and the closer we get to adulthood, the more we start to figure out what we want to do with our lives and what dreams we want to chase after. And then, we reach adulthood and we continue growing and we continue changing. And so we continue on a path that we can chase down. You haven't done that. Your entire goal in life is to lay around and eat. That's it. You've also completely, compromised who you are as a person, whether I mean, whoever you are as a person. Um, but to have a man claim you, and then you've pretended to be somebody that you aren't for 3 years. You don't know who you are. You honestly need to go home. You need to work on yourself. You need to do some soul searching. And you need to figure out who you are as a person. Stay single. Do not get pets. Just work on yourself. Until you have completed that, you need to have a no one and nothing else to care for. That's it. That's how you do this.
Thanks, Mike. Anyways. Thanks, Andy. Yeah, I think so, Becca. I'll have to do that. I'll have to stay in a hotel, I guess. Yeah. Not regret the 3 years and a few days. Just think about the future. Thanks, Deirdre. Anyways. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, he will be mad watching this. Don't really care.
Yeah, he ticked her off and she's just out to hurt him now. That's you hurt me, I'm gonna hurt you. That's how children behave.
Yeah, maybe I'll just, I don't know. When I get off of here. Yeah, but I'm not staying till October. That's a long time from now. Fighting all the time and. No. No way. Andre Marie, just a fight triggered it. And then he made me feel like crap. Because he told me, Stella. He told me. The Four Seasons Hotel. Oh, that's what made me feel like crap. I know, Bobby Joe. We are married, yes. We were married in Kuwait. I did a video on it, remember?
And videos never lie, guys.
I know, Taba, but I cannot. No, he doesn't. Thank you, Becca. No, he won't block anybody. Thanks, Margie. Thanks, guys. I don't have anyone to talk to. Yeah, I do have complete control. Damn internet, I know. I don't know how much it's gonna cost to change my ticket actually. I have to check, but the flight was only like 687. So, no, I have no money on me. None.
He has everything. She is locked in. She doesn't speak the language. She has no cash. She is literally trapped. And she put herself in that position. Like, I wonder if it is now starting to sink in just what she has done to herself. I mean, she has no way to get food. What if he decides he doesn't want to come home and deal with her? What if he wants to wait a couple more days and let her stew? What is she going to do? She is fully at his mercy. And knowing that she is fully at his mercy in every way, she thinks that coming online and doing this and screaming and showing her full ass is the best course of action. Like, she must have no survival instinct at all.
I know, right, SB? To go to Canada. Anyway. That's exactly how much Wanda donated. Where has Wanda been? What if you divorce while you're still there? No, they won't deport me. No, I don't have any bank here. We have to get someone to go to friggin' Lebanon to get my money. You better get over your fat phobia today, buddy, because walk to Beirut. Are you still? No, no. What do you mean tied up? Please never do this again. No, he doesn't have access to. He would never take my money, guys. He's not like that. Really, he's not. But,
You thought he was a lot of things that you thought he was a lot of things that he's turning out not to be. You thought he was okay with how you are. Obviously, he's not. You thought he didn't care that you were non traditional. Obviously, he does. Uh, Are you sure you know him as well as you think you know him?
yeah, yeah, exactly. Death cult. No women here do this. No women here. I'm not from here. I wasn't raised as a Muslim Arab. I'm a Western white woman. Remember you married a Western white woman? Do you remember that? Like,
You married a Western white woman who reverted, which means when you revert, it means that you are signing up to be those things. You are signing up to be a part of that religion, to take on those roles. That is what you signed up to do. So, even just phrasing it that way, it was with a promise of, I will be working on these changes. You're supposed to be growing in your faith. You're supposed to be learning more about your faith and your religion and what it requires for you to follow it. And in essence, that means what it requires for you to be a Muslim wife. and be a member of a Muslim community, and you haven't. So you can use that as an excuse, but it's also an excuse that it's also an argument he could use that you did not hold up your end of the bargain.
No, it's not unsafe for Julia. Anyway. Jeez. Stop being annoying. I'm the only white person. Period. I've never seen a white person here. Ever. Anyways. No, he's not. He probably won't ever be in the chat again. I can't even pin my PayPal. I didn't go to Syria for fun. I came for him. Just a few more weeks. I'm probably leaving sooner than that. You know. Anyways. Anyway. He got me a cheap keychain. I know. Yeah, Tina. Hey, Tina. I'll message you after this. That's it. Yeah, I know. The chat's too fast. I know. I need to get out of here. I don't know, Lorena. Am I hangry? No, I ate. The rations are meager. Shut up. Anyways. I'm never again going in this position. If you see me going this way, please hit me. 30 hours by foot? I'm not walking anywhere. I can scooter there. No. I'm losing my mind. He's right, I am mentally ill.
Seems like she's running out of steam pretty quickly. So we've done normal so far. So we're gonna bop her up to 1.5 and for the last 6 minutes.
I'm just in disbelief. Scooter bees. No, teardrop, none. Am I making this a bigger deal? Probably. I'm just venting my feelings online because, well, I have nothing else. I have no one else to turn to.
Okay, but venting your feelings online then takes it and magnifies it to 10 times bigger than what it needs to be because now his family technically has access to this. He has access to this. All the reaction channels have access to it. Um, and then you have even more people putting input on. And then if Salah goes to his family and says, "You will never believe what this woman has done," and tells them about this live stream, that gives them even more ammunition to say, "She is not being the wife that she needs to be. You need to get rid of her." I mean, you just took this and made it 10 times worse.
Don't gaslight yourself. And SB, he's just changed so much since coming here. Like, I'm just not important. Strawberries. Yeah, Cite, I am excited for that.
Well, suddenly he doesn't need as much money to live well as he did in Kuwait. So he doesn't need you quite as much. You are not living up to the promises that you made. So really, what is there worth holding on to? Like in Syria, you are nothing but an embarrassment to him. And you don't pay him well enough to make it worth the embarrassment.
No idea, Beanie. Bed of Roses is offering to cover my hotel. Okay, if you could send a PayPal, that would be awesome. No, I don't have IKEA. I have no car, no house, no pot to piss in, no bidet. No way. I'm not telling people what hotel I'm staying at, even if they want to pay for it. That's not safe. Oh, Sela's in Qatar? No, we're never gonna survive unless we're a little crazy. It is tiring, Aurora. Hey, Italian. I've just been feeling so bad about myself since being here. Like all the BS, soulmates. It was all BS, and I don't like BS. I hate BS. Thanks, Beanie. Thanks, Shenry. The shell keychain was love bombing. Shut up. Anyway, this is the last. I'm not talking about anything about us online. I just want to get out of here. I don't know. Yes, Andre Marie. I don't know. Anyway, it's done, and now I'm just focusing on getting out. But yes, once I'm gone, that's it. No more contact. I'm out. Don't even talk to me. I may not have been invited. Salah did say I wouldn't like it here. You shouldn't come here. But like, why be married then?
Okay. So again, we are in this position because of her choices. He said, don't come. He did not invite her, and she showed up anyways. She then demanded that she be able to continue behaving how she behaved in Kuwait and like a Western woman, and that is not going to fly there. She then did nothing but cause problems for him and his family. She showed her ass more than once, and this is where we are at. She should have stayed in Canada. She wouldn't be in this position, and now she's in an even worse position than she was before.
I came here because I loved him and wanted to be with him. Excuse me, you know?
You forced yourself on him.
Like, I know it's past 24 hours, I think. Thanks, Keeper. Right, Italian. It's true. They are Helen. I know, Trixie. Anyways. The internet might cut out because it's crap, super crap right now.
It's been pretty great so far. But the stream is almost done.
Watch your mouth, there could be. I shouldn't have to watch my mouth. That's why I need to get out of here. Anyway.
Okay, well, that looks like that is the end of it, unless she started a new live stream somewhere else. Um, it doesn't look like she has. So yeah, she's in this position because this is what she chose to force herself into it and onto him. Syria was his way out. And people are saying, watch your mouth, be careful what you're doing. Well, I shouldn't have to. I'm a strong, independent Canadian woman. Ma'am, you are in Syria. You do not have those rights right now. She does need to be watching her mouth, but she's not smart enough to realize that. Um, it should be interesting the next couple of days. She says she's not going to talk about their personal life anymore online, but we know how well that usually goes and how long that usually lasts. So we will keep a close eye on things, I guess. So, but thanks for hanging out with me during this meltdown. I'm sorry my dogs were a hot mess, but I didn't want to bring this to you guys too late. I wanted to get it while it was still good and hot. Um, so I guess I will probably be seeing you sooner rather than later. But until I see you again, I'm going to remind you that I need you to be good and behave yourselves. But if you can't, at least do it right and make me proud, and then post it online so we can talk about it later. Bye, guys.